All right. Hey guys, this is Coach Marcus here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to the Monday night goDesana and Heart by Naturals testimonials or overview. This is what we call from products to paychecks. And we're here every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And the website link or the Zoom link is one team, one dream hangout.com. Do me a favor, if you guys can hear me okay, type one in the comments in the chat if you can hear me and see the screen. And while you guys are doing that, I want to welcome all of our guests who are on here who are watching live, and also if you happen to catch the replay, well, we appreciate you for taking the time to watch the replay. As always, once you watch this, make sure you get back with the person that invited you here tonight. So and tell them what you liked about the information, and also find out how you can get started with either goDesana or Heart by Naturals or both. A little bit about myself. I've been a member of this amazing company since February 2019, so it'll be 7 years in less than 2 months, which is fun. About 2 months, right? A little more than 2 months, 2.5 months away. It'll be 7 years. I do this business part-time. I worked in corporate America for a little over 30 years, and back in September, my position was eliminated. That just goes to show that nobody's job is guaranteed, right? There's no loyalty with these employers. That's why it's important to make sure you have yourself in a position to where if you do have suffer an income loss, you can protect yourself by having income coming in. So after my job was eliminated back on September 3rd, today is 83 days with being gainfully unemployed. I decided I'm not ever going back to working in corporate America again. So I'm retired. Okay. 30 years, 30 plus years in the industry, 22 plus years in a leadership position. And so I learned a lot. But with this amazing company, I've been able to put my daughter through college, and she's graduated from Arizona State University this past May. We've been able to relocate to a different state. My daughter is pursuing her master's degree in international leadership. So that's fun. I'm paying for that, and that's already paid for. So put her through college debt free, and also have generated over 7 figures, which is a lot more than what my job would have paid me in the same amount of time. So that's a little bit about myself. People call me Coach Marcus. I'm a certified personal trainer. Also coach people when it comes to their finances, their health. I know how to teach people how to lose weight, all kinds of stuff. So that's a little bit about me. As far as the company is not new. So Green Organics is our parent company. They're the company that pays our commissions. When you receive your Visa debit card from the company, it's going to have Green Organics LLC on it. But there's two companies under Green Organics. One is goDesana, which is the digital product. We have an amazing digital product. That movement is taking off fast, guys. The feel good, be good, do good movement is wonderful, right? It's really focused on emotional health, mental health, and physical well-being. And so we also have the cosmetic products with goDesana, which are the go-go sticks, and then we have the household products, the personal care products, essential oils, and black seed oil, which is amazing. And on the Heart by Natural side, it's primarily supplements and superfoods. And so we have people who are customers only. About 93% of our members are customers. So they're the ones who use these products because, we were doing a research and we discovered just worldwide, there are about 3 million people. Well, actually, yeah, in America, there are about a lot of people, a high percent, over 90% of people in America who don't get all their nutritional needs met with their current diet. So we happen to have products on the HBN side that help to people get their nutritional needs met. So we did some research. I have my notes here. No, the body requires 41 essential nutrients, right? But there are a total of 90. So 41 are essential for living. Okay, so there are 13 essential vitamins for energy, immunity, repair, and overall health. 16 essential minerals for your bones, your nerves, your hormones, muscles, and cellular function. 9 amino acids, which help to build and repair muscle tissue, enzymes, neurotransmitters, and more. And there's 2 essential fatty acids. So omega-3, the ALA, and omega-6 LA, they support your heart, your brain, and the inflammation balance. Okay, so there's 41 essential, but there are a total of 90, right? So there are 51 other what science calls non-essential. Now, the great thing with HBN is the fact that we meet all those needs. We have a few products, just a few of them. You take those daily, they are going to meet your body's needs. So you guys want to write this down. And also, if anyone would like to share their testimonial, do me a favor, raise your hand in the on the screen so I can see who's up, or you can comment in the chat. Let me minimize my screen. Let me go to the chat feature, or you can comment in the chat, and I'll catch you guys there. But welcome guest. Somebody, Pastor Carl is a guest. Thanks for hopping on, sir. So on the HBN side, we have some amazing products. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 products, 7 products, okay, that are must-haves. Ocean Vitality, right? That has over 70 naturally occurring trace minerals your body needs: magnesium, potassium, calcium, and iodine. Then we have Glucoprotect, has 24 vitamins and minerals, blood sugar maintenance. And anyone who's on there, if you guys have used Glucoprotect or Ocean Vitality, feel free to comment in the chat, or if you want to share your story, you can. But Glucoprotect supports metabolism, and vitamin D is in that, which is needed. Okay, and then there's also probiotics for your gut health and Glucoprotect. Fulvic acid has at least 29 minerals, both the powder and the liquid, very needed. Beetroot Max, okay, it has 14 vitamins and minerals. Mind has 15 vitamins and minerals. So those 5 products there are must-have daily use products. That's going to help your body get all of the essential vitamins and minerals your body needs, and get most of the 90, okay, your body needs. And then we have some other products that are should be incorporated. Gut Check, which is our matcha infused tea, 6 vitamins and minerals, probiotics. Gut Check is great for your gut and your digestive health, which houses most of your immune system. Okay, if you keep your gut health together, you will rarely get sick. Okay, and Jessica says Glucoprotect has definitely helped regulate her blood sugar and cravings. Beetroot Max gives her energy before a workout. And then black seed oil. Okay, black seed oil has over 101 known benefits. You can go to PubMed.gov and you can read about black seed oil. The black seed oil is for immunity, inflammation, has and it also has what's called it also activates the NRF2 pathway, which is your body's natural anti-aging pathway, black seed oil. Okay, and then there's a product on the goDesana side called rosemary oil. That is also an anti-aging product. You use 1 to 2 drops 3 to 4 times a day. Okay, I put mine on my wrist. That also facilitates an anti-aging process. So those are the must-have products just for your essential and non-essential vitamins and minerals. And so just wanted to just talk about that. And I'm not making any medical claims. I'm not saying any of our products will diagnose, prevent, treat, or cure any disease or health conditions. And because some people may talk about their financial success here, I can't say you're going to earn any money, because we work hard. We don't know if you would join us and work hard. So you might not earn any money, but you are going to get your body's at least 41 essential nutrients your body needs, because our soil, right, is not as nutrient dense as it was back when we were kids, or when our parents were kids and grandparents were coming up. The soil, because we never let it rest, right, around the world, just keep planting and growing and planting and growing. It just depletes the nutrients in the soils. So a lot of food we're eating, even though we may be eating healthy, you're not getting all of the nutrient benefits from eating that food. That's why it's important to use high quality plant-based supplements, right? And I say plant-based because our products are food. Okay, so your body recognizes foods as opposed to taking your vitamins in pill form, which your body doesn't absorb hardly any of that, and it just gets metabolized out through your urine and through your feces. So this is why we like our plant-based approach. So if you guys have any questions, you would like to learn how you can get your hands on the products I recommended, get back with the person that invited you here tonight. So we did some other research. So I was on the internet today, and Coach Will asked a question last night. Think about this, if there were 250,000 to 400 or 500,000 plane crashes every year, would you be likely to travel on an airplane, right? If you knew, right, that there were at least 250,000 deaths as a result of planes crashing, just dropping out of the sky, would you fly? Yes or no. Type yes or no in the comments. I know for me, I wouldn't take that risk. Okay, if there was 250,000 plane crashes every single year that results in deaths, right? I'm not flying, right? So medical errors, right? Deaths from medical errors. I did the research around the world. There's at least 3 million people that die from medical errors. Okay. But here in America, right, it's as of 2024, it's 263,000 deaths from medical errors. Yet people still trust their doctors, right? So if you have more people dying than, say, plane crashes, why put all your faith into these doctors, guys? Right? Diagnostic errors are 79,000. Medication errors, just deaths, 42,000. Surgical errors, 26,000 people die from surgical errors every year. Anesthesia errors, 2,000 people. Okay. Hospital acquired infections, sepsis, right? MRSA, 71,000 people die from hospital acquired infections. Okay. Communication breakdowns, right? How many, if you guys are in the system, how many times, or someone who's in the medical system, how many times have there been a miscommunication between the medical providers, right? So 7,000 people die, missing lab reports, misinterpreted reports, right? Failure for doctors or nurses to pass on critical information, people dying, 7,000, right? System and workflow failures, 16,000 people die, guys, every year. Failure to act or failure to follow up. Okay, like say you go get a test, and your test is abnormal, your doctor doesn't communicate that to you. 12,000 people die because of that, right? And then device or equipment failure, malfunctioning ventilators, monitors, infusion pumps, right? Improper sterilization procedures, 5,000 people die because of that. And then you have the preventable falls and physical accidents in hospitals. 3,000 people die because of that. So let me ask you a question, right? What do you put your trust in? Would you put your trust in the medical system or in plant-based products? Just think. It's your life. You guys just think about that. All right. So just wanted to just talk to people about that just a bit. So we're at the point now where if someone would like to share their testimonial, feel free to raise your hand. I can read some of the comments here in the chat. Thank you guys for commenting. And I know it's a holiday week here in America. It's Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is on Thursday. So we know people are traveling and maybe don't have all of our normal lineup of people here. But if you guys would like to share, raise your hand. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and read some of these comments in the chat because this is being recorded on Zoom, and people won't be able to see the comments. So let me read what some people are saying as far as the product. So Jessica Hill, she's now in South Carolina. She says she used black seed oil twice a day. Has helped to reduce pain and allowing her to enjoy life again. Now, black seed oil brings your body into balance. Okay, that product right there is our number one selling product. That right there is your body's internal fire extinguisher. And if there's something your body needs, black seed oil is going to positively impact that. Like I use in the morning after coming home from the gym after breakfast, gives you energy, right? At nighttime, I take it before going to bed, it calms me down. That's how it works for me. Right. And then Jessica also says her testimonials about the power of mind. Our mind products is having a brain bleed in 2007. She has had memory issues and parts of her childhood missing, but now they're coming back over time. And she owes it to these products. Yes. Thank you, Green Gang. So mind is specifically created for brain health. That's why it's called mind. And so there are brain diseases that we've had people had them reversed. Parkinson's, right? Alzheimer's, those type of diseases. Well, you be proactive and take it before you have any symptoms. Mind going to help prevent that. But guess what else it does? It helps to reverse the symptoms from those particular brain issues. So mind is great. Let me read a couple other testimonials. Let me see what people are saying. If you guys want to share, just raise your hand so I can know to have you unmute yourself. And then Jessica says had an uncle who died in the hospital because they took him off blood thinners too soon. Yep, happens. And Charlotte says appendix left leaking for 11 days. Went home weighing 49 pounds in 1994. Wow, wow. Yeah, these medical doctors. Now, yeah, Lynette, she's a nurse. I got you, Lillian. All right, so we're good. So all right, so where Lillian was here, I saw her raise her hand. Let me find her again. Let me see. Here she goes. Let's see if she wants to unmute herself, if she wants to share. And anyone else would like to share, just let me know so we can go ahead and have people get this information they greatly need. Right. So, all right. I think Lillian may have accidentally hit the raise hand button. But I know Lillian's story, she was on 75 medications and came off those, and she's been aging backwards, feeling good. And
Here I am, Marcus.
okay, here you go. Hey, Lillian.
I was hitting the wrong button.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to share a story. My mother-in-law went into the hospital with an aneurysm. And in preparation for the surgery, they had to give her some blood transfusions. And, blood, before it's administered, has to be checked 7 times by 7 different people. And when they administered the blood to her, they gave her the wrong type and put her in ICU. And the surgery had to be postponed. That's one story. Another story is I went into an eye doctor's office. I'm sitting there looking at this guy with one leg in a wheelchair. And he said, I said, hey, I'm just curious, what happened to you? You got in an accident? He said, no, ma'am. He said, you're not even going to believe this story. He said, I went in for knee surgery. He said, and the knee surgery didn't take. So they did a second one. And he said, that one didn't take. And he said, so I went in for a third one. And I came out like this, minus one limb. From the knee down, nothing. So people better think about these procedures. They're elective. Unless if your procedure is an emergency, the doctors will take you in right away. But if it's an elective surgery, all kind of things can happen. So I just wanted to share that with people because I've seen these things happen. I have a friend right now on her 3rd knee surgery. They have cement in her knee, and she's got all kind of infections. So she's doing all kind of antibiotics, IV antibiotics, to try to get herself well and a knee to heal, and it's not happening. Her life is at risk. People need to consider those things because natural supplements can help with this pain that you're dealing with. We have a great pain cream. We have pain oil. We have mind, body, and soul with turmeric and all kind of things that can help. I know you're one of those testimonies, Mr. Marcus. And, there's options. You don't always have to jump into surgery. There are options. And I want to say probably 75% or more of these surgeries are elective.
Mhm.
So just wake up, people. Listen carefully. Thank you,
Awesome.
Marcus.
All right. Thank you, Lillian, for sharing that. And sorry about your mother-in-law. I'm glad she's recovered from that. And um, the gentleman that you said had the two knee surgeries and the third when he came out with his leg amputated below the knee. For years, I worked in workers' compensation insurance. That was my last company I worked for 17 years and 4 months. And so prior to that, it was always primarily automobile claims, bodily injury claims, managing people that handled those. But um, I in workers' comp, you get hurt on the job, and then you go to a doctor, and they practice medicine. So I had people that have had as many as 24 surgeries on their back, just one part, body part. I had one gentleman, he had surgery last year. He was fine, right? He just had he has a cervical injury, but he was able to walk and everything. Well, guess what? After the surgery, he was paralyzed, couldn't walk anymore. Okay. And so those are the types of people I would feel for them because I knew I could offer a solution for them if it wasn't for my job. But I see the doctors, I seen it where they're just practicing medicine, trying to practice this on the patient, practice that on the patient, and some people even died. Right. I had a gentleman that lives in Tucson, Arizona. He didn't die, but he was in perfect health, and then because of the medication the doctor gave him, it destroyed his kidneys and made him a diabetic. Right? He was the guy was in shape, perfect health. The medication they gave him caused him to become a type 1 diabetic. Craziest stuff. So, and that's just from the medication error, right, guys? So, do your due diligence and share this with anyone out there. If you know anyone out there who is, in the medical system, let them know we have alternative solutions for them, right? We're all about plants instead of pills and injections and drugs that have those negative side effects. And like Lillian said, I got you, Gina. I'm a product of the product. I played football, growing up, high school, Pop Warner, high school, college, hurt my knee in college, had two surgeries on my knee. By the time they told me by the time I'm this age now, I would need a total knee replacement. And I knew the risks of doing that. And before HPN, I was taking the leave, I was using capsaicin, I was using the topical pain relief and inflammation relief items on my knee, taking naproxen, ibuprofen, and man, I didn't really know the damage it would have caused to my internal organs. Thank God I joined HBN in 2019, and I discovered Mind, Body, and Soul. I took that within a week. My knee pain and inflammation stopped, just stopped. And then we had another oil product we don't sell anymore, but it has black seed oil in it. I started using that within 1 day. That stopped my pain altogether. But now I'm using black seed oil since June 2019. Now I go to the gym 5 days a week, no knee pain, none of that. And so I walk normally, knees feel good. I don't need to have a knee replacement. I'm 57 now, but 7 years, almost 7 years ago, right? The doctor talked about I need to have a knee replacement, which I wasn't going to do that anyway. So anyway, guys, so that's my testimonial. But thank you, Lillian, for that reminder and those examples about the medical errors that happen, which leads to people dying or being maimed. Right? That gentleman did not have to have his knee, and his leg amputated. The doctors is out there practicing medicine. But just as they told me the same thing about her knees. Yeah. All right, Gina, you should be able to unmute yourself. Let me try one more time. Try now.
All right. Y'all hear me okay, family?
Yes.
I actually have a guest on the line today. Her name is Crystal Hall, but she's having difficulties trying to find an icon to raise her hand. But I wanted to add with what Lillian was saying. I was 25 years old when I went to Panama, the country, healthy as an ox. 3 months in, I got really sick. They called it pneumonia, flu, walking pneumonia, everything except asthma. It took them from October of 1990 till June of 1991 to say, oh, you got asthma. Okay. I had no idea what asthma was. And along with that, they started me out on 120 milligrams of prednisone. We didn't have the computers back then to look up what prednisone does to the body. Okay. So I had to suffer the 3 years in Panama being misdiagnosed and not diagnosed. I went from 136 pounds to 109 pounds in 3 days. I couldn't hold anything down, not even water. That was from the acid reflux or GERDs, which I later found out that I had. After the 3 years, they wanted to medically hold me to do surgery, a hiatal hernia surgery to relieve the gas pressure. I told them folks they couldn't cut my toenails to release me and send me home. I'll get everything done when I get back to the States. Well, lo and behold, being on that high of a dose of prednisone, I developed osteoporosis, allergic rhinitis, sinusitis. I had diabetes and didn't know it. I ended up being diagnosed with diabetes a year later. I was in excruciating pain, couldn't see a thing, went to the emergency room, and they wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole. Luckily for me, I had an appointment the very next day with my pulmonologist. And when I told him what was happening, he said, "Oh, I should have did this a long time ago." He did a hemoglobin A1C with the results to come back stat. My hemoglobin A1C was a 16.9. He immediately put me on metformin, got me to an endocrinologist, a diabetic pharmacist, and there I was now taking insulin and on metformin, not knowing anything about it. A few weeks later, I went from 115 pounds to 192 pounds from the combination of the insulin, the metformin, and the prednisone. I ballooned, but I didn't keep that weight very long because I have an extremely high metabolism. But that's just to let you guys know that they are practicing medicine on you. If you are not your own patient advocate, and that's what I became, my own patient advocate, you will end up in a box or amputee or blind and so many other things that prednisone can do to harm the body. Lo and behold, Carla introduced me to green organics. And I started out on our top products: Healing Trilogy, Black Seed Oil, Fulvic Acid, and I researched the vitality. She had mentioned vitality, but I researched the importance of vitality for me and my system. The vitality relieves me of all of the gastro issues I was having. But that's only after a hiatal hernia surgery. That's to wrap a small portion of your stomach around your spatula to keep the acid from coming back up into your throat. And I also had a polypectomy, and that was to clear out my sinuses. If you took an ink pen and draw the smallest of circle that you could connect, that's the size of a pocket that I had on each side of my nasal passageway to breathe. They asked me, I don't even understand how you even alive, because I didn't have anything, any airway. I was just non-functioning. And you guys saw a better end when I joined the group. When I would have attacks, you guys saw the much improved era with me having these attacks. But back then, my decision every morning when I got up, my son was 3. I couldn't take him outside. I couldn't ride him, push him around the tricycle, none of that. My decision every morning was to make it to my car and either go to work or go to the hospital. That was my decision every single morning. To add a thorn in my side, I did the casualty reports. Casualty reports explain who is seriously injured or who died. I had to prepare that report every day. And every day, a soldier was dying. Respiratory failure, heat stroke, heat exhaustion, heart attack, or suicide. That was a tough task to have to do every single day. And here I am with respiratory issues that they don't even understand themselves. But at any rate, with goDesana, I have come off of 40 of the 44 medications I was taking. I have a 10-pound bag of medication in a clear Ziploc that one day I'm going to put up as my testimonial. And this has all kinds of medications in there that I no longer take. But I use our system, Plants Over Pills, avidly. When my doctor want to put me on a new medication or old one, for example, they want to put me back on the omeprazole for cholesterol, I challenge that. Why can't I use my organic products for a certain period of time? And if my cholesterol is not corrected, then consider taking that omeprazole. I'm not against pills, guys, but this gives you another option. This company gives you another option. And like I say, I'm an avid user of these oils, the superfoods, avid. And it has improved my life tremendously. Once upon a time, I could not hold a conversation like this with you guys. I would be wheezing, coughing, nose running, eyes running, everything just totally out of breath. I still have issues, but they are not horrific like they were in the past. But anyway, Coach, if Crystal is here, if she managed to get her hands up, she'd like to say something and give her a small testimony. As always, Coach, you know I got to give a gab, so it's time for me to shut it down. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak. And if you guys are going to join us in Vegas, prepare for a grand time. For every time you come, it's always different. You learn more, you get a little closer to your family members, and you just have clean fun. That's it, Coach. Thanks.
All right, Gina, thank you for sharing that. Appreciate you sharing your story. And like you said, we're just here to offer people an alternative. Okay. And it's, people can make their own choices, but we truly do believe in the power of plants over pills. And before Crystal goes, I have her unmuted. Give me a moment, Crystal. I want to share some statistics with you guys. So I have my phone up, and so 68% of people globally don't get enough iodine. Okay. Ocean Vitality has iodine. 67% of people worldwide don't get enough vitamin D. 66 don't get enough calcium. We have those. 65% low in iron, 55% low in riboflavin, 54% are low in folate, 53% low in vitamin C. We have all that in those products. Okay, I mentioned earlier. And here in America, vitamin D, 95% of American adults are low in vitamin D. Glucoprotect has vitamin D. I got you quick, Crystal. Right. Then vitamin E, 84% of Americans are low. Vitamin A, 45% of Americans are low in vitamin A. So these are just some things that people are walking around being deficient in and don't know it. And there's some symptoms. I'll share those once Crystal has a chance to share her story. Where you at, Crystal? You should be able to speak, ma'am. Thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great, great. Happy holidays to everyone. My name is Crystal, and I'm Miss Gina's friend who is just awesome with the program. Well, I was raised up on herbs. Since I have left home, I haven't really been dealing with them until Gina introduced me to them again. as far as physicians, my mama used to tell me, Crystal, they're called practitioners for a reason because they're practicing on you. If you want to save your life, you have to, investigate things on your own. You just can't go by what they say. And an example of how well herbs work, she works, I don't know exactly what she does, but she works on PCP boards. Well, she's retired now, but she had did a regular routine work and she didn't wear her goggles. One of the sparks went into her eye. She went to the physician and he prescribed her some medication. So, like her, I don't take all medications. I'll take an antibiotic, but I'm not taking a whole bunch of medication. So she didn't take the medication. She took the prescription to not a generic health food store, but like one of those hole in the walls, the real places. And they gave her an herb. When she went back to the doctor said to her, "You use the medicine I gave you?" My mom said, "Why?" He said, "Because I've never seen it work like this on anybody before." She said, "That's because I didn't use it. I used the herbs." And in reference to you all's product, that black seed oil, that now this is going to be a true testimony right here. I cracked my ankle about a year ago. So I have been out of work, but also I drink, I smoke cigarettes, and not, I've got to learn how to change my life. Well, I told Gina, I said, when I wake up in the morning and I try to walk, my legs are tingling, my feet, I don't understand it. And I have to walk for a minute. So she said, "Well, I got this black seed oil." And I said, "Okay." And she tells you how pure it is and how it works, over 101 municipal qualities and everything. So I took it, put the drop underneath my tongue, let it sit there for a minute, went on about my business. Shucks, the very next morning. Now keep in mind, I'm not a paid actor, okay? This, I took it that day she gave it to me. The next morning, I noticed that the tingling sensation wasn't there. I don't even know if I noticed it because it was so subtle. The second day, I noticed it different. The third day, I called Gina up and I said, "Gina, I ran up the steps like I was 20 years old. It wasn't tingling, it wasn't hurting or anything." So I take it avidly twice a day. I'll take and put a little bit under my tongue, and then I'll take and I'll put a little bit under my in the morning time, and I'll take and I'll put a little bit under my tongue at night. I stopped taking it for about 2 weeks. Now, I had only been taking it, I would say maybe a week or so, and then I stopped taking it within 2 weeks. So the reason why I'm saying it's like 2 weeks, because that lets you know how long it stayed in my system after just taking it for about a week or two. So I had stopped taking it for, like I said, about a week or two. And I said, "Well, I'll be daggone. My legs are hurting again." Took the daggone black seed oil. The very next day it was gone. I feel strange if I don't take it. And I said, I don't want to get addicted, mentally addicted to it, but it's a herb, but it does work. Also, I have extremely bad sinuses. I'm from California. I had surgery. I have a considerable amount of congestion and swelling. She gave me this stuff called, I think it's silver and zinc. I'm not really sure. I could be saying it wrong, in these little vials. And I'm taking them and everything. She's telling me how to take them. Baby, when I tell you within the 24 hours, all of this phlegm, all of this crap was coming up. I thought I had a cold. I got really, beside myself, shivering, everything, but it was breaking up the mucus. It was helping with the inflammation. I actually went and read up on it. And these products are absolutely remarkable. I do want to become involved in in this business. But all I can say is I'm glad she turned me on to it. I'm not going anywhere. She's always, Oh, what else? Something. Oh, you guys have this pain. I got it right here. You guys have this pain medication. Uh, Pain. It's in a white container with a black top, and it is phenomenal. This container will probably last me for the rest of my life. I just stick my finger in it and I rub it where it is, and it works for like days. I'm serious. Uh, the products are just, there's just nothing bad you can say about them. And Gina, she is great with it. She is doing an exemplary job. I'm sold. I told her that I want to become a part of it so I can, share with other people and help build myself up in it. And in addition to building her up. But this is a remarkable uh, product, and I'm glad I was introduced to it, and I'm not going anywhere.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Crystal. What part of California are you from? Because
I'm
I
from
grew
San Diego.
San Diego. I grew up in the Los Angeles area in the San Fernando
Understood.
Valley.
I
So
was
that's
born in Frisco and raised up in San Diego. So I'm a California girl,
yeah, me.
in and out.
That's awesome. What good story. Great. Thank you for hopping on tonight. Yeah, Black Sea oil is something I've used this since June 2019. The only time
Mm-hmm.
I didn't use it was we moved to Las Vegas in 2020. We were here for 3 days. I was involved in a car accident and almost died. Okay. And
Mm.
so I'm in the hospital and it was during COVID. My wife and daughter couldn't come and see me. And so I'm in the hospital bed, couldn't walk, and the first night when I woke up from my coma, they wanted to give
Oh.
me pain medication and muscle
Mm.
relaxers. And for
Uh-huh.
me working in insurance, I knew that the narcotic opioid pain medication could be addictive and could cause constipation. So I made them cut my pills in half. I'm like, don't give me I don't want the full doses of any of them. Cut them in half. So they would leave the room and they called my wife and told my wife I was being difficult. It's because I wouldn't take the pills. And she said, well, he's not gonna do what you guys want him to do. So you may as well listen to him. So they ended up giving me they cut the pills in half. So I took the half of Oxycontin and
Oh,
the half of the muscle relaxer. Monday was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I came home. When I came home that Thursday night, first thing I did, I took a full dropper of Black Sea oil. The first, and then I took Mind, Body, and Soul and the pain lotion you said you like.
yes.
My wife rubbed that on all the areas where I had the fractures from, and wherever I had pain, she rubbed the lotion on all those areas. I did that and went back. I did that every single day. Right? I did black seed oil twice a day, mind, body, soul, the pain lotion, the sleep lotion. I go to the doctor about a month later so I can get released to go back to work. The doctor were amazed at how fast my body had recovered.
Exactly.
It was amazing. And so I never go a day without black seed oil. I use it just like you in the morning time. Okay. And then I take
Yes.
it at night before going to bed. Same way.
And
So,
I would just like to interject one thing.
mhm.
And these herbs seem to be extremely pure because you
Mhm.
don't need much of it. So with that being said, people who do take medication, I am in the healthcare field. People
Mhm.
who do take medication, you should most definitely inform your physician that
Yeah.
you're going to be taking these herbs because herbs work, they're natural, and they can have an adverse effect with
Yeah.
pharmaceutical drugs.
Yep.
Herbs, they leave no after effect. You know, how you see the commercials. If you were taking such and such and such, call the law offices, or you know, the when you're dealing with pharmaceutical products, there's always a residual effect. They'll give you something for this, but you're breaking down your organs.
Yeah.
The herbs, they work for exactly what they are talking about. They're not going to give you an adverse effect with anything. They may be a little expensive. It may take a little time for you to build up whatever in them. But these products seem to work instantly, which is something that I'm just amazed by. And I don't take any I take blood pressure pills and it's a low dosage, but I don't take any medication. I'm
Mhm.
not on any, like you go to the doctor and people have this, that. They're like a whole arsenal of medication.
Yeah.
So me personally, I don't have that. But if you do take something serious, you should inform your doctor that you're doing this because this stuff is just awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
Okay.
just don't know what to say other than
Okay.
it's a great product and I'm glad I was introduced to it.
Awesome stuff. Well, get back with Gina. She can help you get set up so you can also be able to
Yes.
share with people and get paid to do it. And so
Yes.
that's what
Well,
we
thank
do
you so
anyway.
much.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you. Thank you guys so much and happy holidays to everyone. I'm
All
a
right.
big back girl. I'm going to Gina's house and I'm gonna eat her out of house and home.
All right. Well, ask about the GLP-1 products. That may curb some appetite. But like Crystal said, these products seem pure. Well, the products are pure because nothing is number one. We manufacture our own products. Our manufacturing facility is in Cincinnati, Ohio. We own it, and it's FDA approved, right? And so it's FDA certified. Now, if our warehouse is FDA certified, so we manufacture our own products. And the great thing about that is we control we source the ingredients, but we put them together. We control it, and nothing is ever added to the products, and nothing is ever taken away from the products. And they're all organic, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, non-GMO, gluten-free, plant-based, not tested on any animals, right? That's both for the goDesana products and the HBM products, and they work very fast. Someone's asked what the best products are. Black seed oil is probably our number one selling product, but there is no one best product. It just depends on what your issues are. We have something for nearly everything, right? And so if you guys are on here and you're a guest and you have any health concerns, get back with whoever invites you here. Let them know what your concerns are, and they will be able to make a recommendation. We do have a Facebook group for both companies, separate groups where you can join those groups on Facebook. You can also ask questions there. But black seed oil is probably my number one product. Fulvic acid is also good. Fulvic acid helps to drive down the nutrients from the food and the minerals and vitamins we get from our products. It helps to drive those benefits further down into the cells. That's what fulvic acid helps to work for. All right, let me get Tiffany up. She'll be able to unmute yourself to Tiffany. There you go.
Hi, how are you?
Well, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I always have a testimonial, but I'm seeking help today. I have a friend with an issue of gout, and I wanted to know what product would be best to recommend to someone with gout.
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind. Okay.
But all three,
My,
mind, body, soul. The healing trilogy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Coach.
you're welcome. All right. All right. Thank you, Richard. Richard, he answered the question there. Black seed oil and mind, body, and soul. Those two together. That combination there. And there's some other products that may work topically, like Lillian said, sweet fennel, osteo, essential oil. But as far as internally, it's going to be mind, body, and soul, and black seed oil is going to help to get that inflammation down. All right. If you guys would like to have any, if you guys have any questions about the specific products, get with whoever invites you here. They can let you know what ingredients are in our products. And so, and Carl White wants to know what's good for type 2 diabetes. Our GLP-1 product is a product designed specifically to help regulate blood sugar. That's probably number one. Berberine ACV, that's number two. And then black seed oil also assists with managing blood sugar. But as far as type 2 diabetes, I would go with the GLP-1 system. Chromium's not in stock. We have chromium and magnesium drops in stock. We don't have those in stock. for those that have been sold out. But as far as what we have in stock, the GLP-1 system is no number one. GLP, like it's glu is G like George, L like Larry, P like Paul one. Yep, that system there. But if you don't get all three, go with the Glucoprotect. That's the one you will want. And then TR says for gout, topically osteo, okay, or inflame relief helps her coworker with gout, okay, and then also mind, body, and soul and black soil. Thank you, TR. All right, most vitality. All right, okay, Eureka. Almost wrapping it up. You should be able to mute yourself. There you go.
Um, I have a question too. I have I have an issue with my thyroid with nodule. Well, I did order some I, I or- I ordered the thyroid reset. Well, I have they said I have overactive thyroid. So, but when I read up on the reset, but thyroid is for underactive. So, is there anything um that is that I can use overactive overactive versus because since I have overactive one um okay so I was just wondering if we had anything for that versus what I just ordered.
Yeah.
um
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead. I'll stop you now. I'm not a product expert. What I recommend you do is you can either go to your back office. We do have a help desk in the back office where you can search
yes.
for, you can look up the products. We also have the Facebook the testimonials group is a great place to go. And you can go there and
Okay.
you can even ask your question there. But as far as this, just for me, from what I know about the product, as far as thyroid, Ocean Vitality is a product that has iodine in it, so that may be something you want to explore. But I,
No.
I I'm just sharing just from what I know. But I encourage you to go to either to your back office. You can do a search for that particular condition, or you can even message customer support, and they can make a recommendation, or they may or go to the Facebook group, the testimonials group, and that
Okay.
okay.
Okay, because I just didn't want they have purchased something
Yeah,
that
that's why I direct you to the group, and
yeah.
then you can ask them. I'm sure there will be someone in that group that may have some relief from with the overactive thyroid. Okay,
Okay,
all right,
thanks.
thanks. All right, and then as far as iPhone 39, get back with whoever invited you here. We're not going to post any website links in this chat here, so you can contact the person that invited you to this group, to the Zoom, and they can get you the website link and send you any information you have, any questions, send you any information you have on with any questions on any of the products. Okay, as far as ear support, then we do have an essential oil called ear relief. But as far as ear infection, I know there's people who have taken our silver drops, which are out of stock. Those are sold out, but you can put the silver drops directly into your ears. But with that questionnaire, Katrina, I recommend you also go to both of the Facebook group. Go to both. Go both to goDesana Testimonials group and the HBN Testimonials group, and you can type in you can ask the question, what's helpful for an ear inf infection. Okay, so that 'cause, like I said, I know we do have a product called ear relief, but I'm not a product expert. I'm a product user. I happen to have a testimonial about using the products, as do many other people on here. But we do have groups where people can go and ask their questions and even search the website. Okay, and as far as minerals and Nova, I don't know. So as soon as we find something out about the biominerals and Nova, I'm sure one of the leaders will let you guys know. But we do have some Black Friday specials coming. So Paula is sharing them with people who are on the leadership team. So once we have all the details, we'll let you guys know about that. But otherwise, guys, I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you guys for being here tonight. If you guys are guests watching live, get back with whoever invited you here. It was nice to have Gina had the guest with Crystal. Looks like Clarence had 3 guests here tonight, which is awesome. So appreciate you guys for taking the time to hop on here this Monday, which is a holiday week here in America. And then Katrina Richard Frisker says, put a drop of black seed oil in the infected ear. So that's his recommendation. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for being here. We will be scheduled to host the Zoom, the opportunity overview on Thursday evening. So maybe a little bit different than the prior ones. It may not be as long since it is Thanksgiving night, but otherwise, I will see you guys on Thursday as scheduled. But we do this Zoom here every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate all of my members who support this Zoom. Appreciate all the guests who hopped on here tonight. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to people who celebrate that here in America. I think Canada. I don't know when is Canada's Thanksgiving Day, Kathy? Let me have you unmute yourself. I know did it already pass already?
Yeah, it was in the middle of October.
Okay, I knew it was
So
close. All
yeah.
right. Well, happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends, but our people here in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. And if all goes as planned, I'll see you guys back here on Thursday. So appreciate you guys for hopping on. You guys be well. And thank you for the awesome testimonials and appreciate everyone for being here tonight. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you in a few days. Bye.